In this movie, I'll show you how to set up your project to final render. We'll set the ray tracer quality to its final output and prepare the final movie for delivery and even render a version to the web. Now there are a few gotchas here and there, so I just want to take the time and show you what you need to know in order to prepare your final movie, the final delivery. I'm inside 3dtitles_04, which you can find inside the 5th folder of the footage and project files. We end up last time by creating those nice and fancy 3D titles. However, the quality here is not sufficient for final delivery. It was great when we designed it, but now you can see that if I'm going to zoom in, there are a couple of problems, especially at the areas of the reflections and where we have some kind of shadows underneath. In order to fix those, hold down Control on the PC or Command on Mac and press on the Ray Tracer button. You will be taken to the Ray Trace 3D Renderer options, where you can set your ray tracing quality to as high as you need. In this example, I found out that 8 for the passes should be enough, and for the anti-aliasing filter, I will set it to cubic and then say OK. It will take longer to render, but you see the result is much more smooth, and we do get finer details, especially in the reflections and in the soft shadows. Now, if you're working with me, let's return to our main composition, where we still have the placeholder for the 3D titles, which we prepared earlier. We need to replace it with the final comp. So hold down Alt and just drag the 04 depth and materials, and it will replace it for you. Now we are ready to generate the final output, the final movie. So I want you to go to the composition menu and choose to add to render queue. Now this is very important. Remember that we are using lots of proxies in our composition, and we need to tell After Effects how we want to treat those proxies. If we want to re-render all the original compositions, which is an option, or we just want to continue and use those proxies in the final movie. And this is what I will suggest. So in order to define it, let's click on the best settings word here, and under proxy use, instead of use no proxies, which is the default, I'm going to say use all proxies. You can also get away with current settings if you are happy with what you see. This is like WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. But for this example, I would recommend to choose use all proxies, just to make sure that After Effects will really relate and uses all the proxies that we've set up. I'm going to press OK here, and I'm going to check my output module for final delivery. So once again, I'm going to click here, and I'm using a QuickTime format with the Apple ProRes codec, which is quite good. If you don't have access for it, you can either choose animation or PNG, as I showed you before. So one of those options will deliver a good outcome. However, I'm going to stick with the Apple ProRes 422 on my machine and press OK. I also want to enable the audio output, since we have audio in this composition. And then I'm going to press OK. Now, at the same time that After Effects is going to render our final movie, let's also create a movie for the web. So I'm going to go to the composition menu and select Add Output Module. Here I'm just going to use a preset. So from this pull down menu, I'm going to choose the H.264. And you might want to name those files according to what your needs in order to find them later on your hard drive. In my case, I'm just going to point both of them to the desktop, just making sure that this is where they will go. And I'm going to press on the render button and then fast forward the recording to the stage that both of them are already rendered. That's it, my friends. We've reached the final state where you can see how everything we've created together is forming into one piece. I want to play the final movie for you now. Well, I hope you enjoyed the creation process as much as I and gathered some tips and ideas along the way. I want to thank you for choosing this course and hope to see you in another training soon or even in real life. Who knows? Until next time we'll meet, on behalf of Video to Brain, this is Eran Stern from SternFX, wishing you a great and creative day. Take care. Goodbye.